Okay, what's up guys? As you may have seen, we recently reviewed episode 8, Star Wars episode 8, The Last Jedi. We were very negative towards it, so yeah, it got a lot of attention. A lot of people were discussing it with us, which was really cool, so thanks for commenting. But we thought we'd go ahead and make this video and talk about what we think Star Wars could have been, should have been, or what we wish it was, essentially, right?
Yeah, it's basically all the points on how they should have changed them.
Yeah, and we've brought, this is Dan Penguin Crawford.
One introduction to
fame. You're welcome. So Dan's like a fan of Star Wars, but not like super nerds like me and James, and he enjoyed The Last Jedi, so we thought it'd be nice to get a different perspective on the film. The wrong perspective, but nevertheless a different one. So, okay, how do we start this? Where do we go?
Just pick a point.
Pick a point.
Luke.
Okay, Luke, what was your opinion on Luke? You've obviously seen all the Star Wars movies, right?
Seen all the Star Wars movies, watched the original 3, and the prequels, and then these 3 as well. And the thing I got from Luke is, what a fucking letdown.
Yeah.
So a letdown from going from what was an awesome character to what is portrayed in this film is like night and day.
Yeah.
They've completely ruined that character for me, and to be honest, especially the way they cut it at the end and died, just by like vanishing like a ghost.
Yeah, from what, exhaustion? Oh, yeah, but
the entire bit.
Let's not get back into how much we hate it. So even though you were, you enjoyed the film, you still were disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was a lot of things that I found disappointing with the film, and then there was things that I enjoyed just from a cinema goer's perspective. Yeah, which is what I class myself as. Like like you said, not a big Star Wars nerd, just enjoy going to see films. So.
Yeah, I get that. There were a lot of pleasing moments, but also a lot of underwhelming and upsetting moments, if anything. Yeah. Okay, so where do you reckon they should have gone with Luke, James?
Well, where we discussed it is, even like there was several different points where they could have changed things.
Yes.
So like one of the things we said before was, say, with the Yoda part. If he had just said like one line along the lines of, "I haven't got time to go and save them," then the whole hologram type thing would have made more sense.
False ghost thing.
False,
whatever it is.
False fake body thing.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense for one, and that's literally just a line added, which is simple.
Yeah, because otherwise there's no excuse for him. There's no excuse for him not wanting to go back. If you're going to help anyway, you may as well go. If you're going to die, you may as well go.
Yeah, that's the thing, because he killed himself. If it was the case he didn't want to go there and kill himself, and so he did that, so he could still go back and fight, like train again and fight and get back up to a stage he was, then that would have been fair enough. But he dies anyway, so like what use is he now? But then again, Yoda can do shit as a ghost. So maybe he thought, if I become a ghost, I'll become more powerful.
Strike me down now, I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Just as a ghost.
Yeah. Again, like, someone must have been in that writing room and said, no, you can't let Yoda do that. You can't strike down lightning from the Jedi netherworld, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Like you said previously, if Yoda can do that, why can't any of the other
Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon,
spirits
Anakin
do things like that that affect the real world?
They can just go and fight them. Yeah. But this is not what we want to happen. This is a stupid decision from the writers.
Yeah.
So we got Luke that was essentially a pussy. If they were going to go that route and keep him as this broken old man, then it would have been a good idea to at least give him an excuse not to go there in person.
Yeah.
Why did he have to do it as a Force ghost? At least say something like, "Oh, I don't have time. I've left it too late."
Don't show the X-wing at the beginning.
Yeah.
So you're like, he's stranded. He literally doesn't have a physical way of leaving that island.
Yeah. I don't know if they were trying to show us like, "Oh, the X-wing's underwater, so we can't use it." But
which wouldn't make sense.
Because in the Empire Strikes Back, you see Yoda lift it out. So I really, really, really would have liked to have that, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Gratifying moment? No? What's the word?
It would have been pleasing to see it.
Yeah, as a fan, you see, in Empire Strikes Back, he can't lift the X-Wing out of the swamp, and Yoda does it with ease. So it would have been so... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, just pleasing. To see Luke pull it out of the water, like with ease, showing that he's super powerful, and he's become a badass. He's no longer the apprentice.
If BB-8 had been there, he would have been in that and flying.
Yeah, that's what we should have done.
The submarine version of BB-8.
Yeah, so initially I wouldn't have made Luke, a broken old pussy. I would have made him a powerful, badass Jedi Master. Maybe he's scared of his power, something like that, and that's why he didn't want to go. But at least make him powerful and cool. and give us those pleasing moments. Raise the X-Wing, go off and stand and face Kylo Ren in person. Then at least we remember him. If he dies, we remember him in a cool way. But not only that, if Kylo Ren defeats him in person, it then gives Kylo Ren something behind him, and now you fear Kylo Ren because he's powerful. He beat this powerful
building
Jedi.
up that character to be the next main villain for the film.
Because they killed off Snoke, so there's now no big baddie.
No.
It's supposed to be Kylo Ren, but why do we fear him? He killed Han Solo. Oh, that's really difficult when you're a Sith. It's kind of...
And it's your dad who's not trying to kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
He just sort of stood there and was like, oh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
There's no big fight between them.
Exactly. So what have we got to really think that Kylo Ren's that scary? We saw Rey beat him in The Force Awakens, and Finn even gave him a bit of trouble. So Kylo Ren is not... We shouldn't fear Kylo Ren as a bad guy, like we did Darth Vader. Darth Vader was a terrifying villain. Yeah. Kylo Ren is not. Snoke could have been, but they wasted it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone agree with that?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I don't understand that. I think we should have personally written the character paths for Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker.
We are available for episode 9, just saying.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams hits up. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much Luke's arc. Make him a badass, don't make him a coward. Don't make him drink green titty alien milk.
Yeah, that sort of
depressing.
Freaked me out a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, that was so creepy.
Yeah.
There's also little things like, I said in our last video I like this, but when Rey hands him the lightsaber and he looks at it and throws it over his shoulder, I thought that was funny, and it's a solid introduction to this version of Luke. But if you're talking how Luke Skywalker should be, like why has he suddenly got no like sentimentality? Is that a word?
And why does he call it a laser sword?
Oh yeah, that really confused me. Yeah. But I don't know, this lightsaber should mean something to him. It was his father's that Obi-Wan gave to him. It has a lot of history behind it. Why would you just throw it away? That made no sense. It introduced us to how much of a shit version of Luke this is.
I guess they were trying to show at that point that he's no longer the Jedi he once was. He doesn't really care about anything more. He's just a broken old hermit living on an island somewhere.
I think that did accomplish that, but it's disappointing, and they should have gone the other way.
Yeah.
He should have been like, oh great, okay. And then he should have made Rey earn that through training, give her that lightsaber, and we should see Luke with his green lightsaber. That would be so much cooler. Every single Star Wars fan, I don't care what you're saying now, you would have preferred that if it had happened. Don't lie to me.
But the issue that keeps popping up is, do they, like, Force Awakens, people didn't, I know generally people like, but people didn't like it because it was too similar to the originals. Now people didn't like this one because it was too different. Is it a no-win situation though? That is something which you have to like.
Can you carry on making Star Wars films that aren't the original Star Wars films and still be popular among people who are fans of Star Wars?
They've literally gone both extremes. They've almost made a carbon copy in a way, and then they've gone so the opposite way.
Yeah.
And people have not liked that they did both those things. I mean, obviously there is the thing, you need to do like a bit of fan service and change it.
Yeah, well, that's what happened with the prequels. They made them super different. The design for everything was different. There was a lot of like completely contrasting elements to the originals, and everyone hates them. So that is the reason why they brought it back to being so similar.
I wouldn't say everyone hates them.
No,
a lot of people hate them.
The 95%
hate them. The reason I hate them personally is because they ruined Darth Maul as a character. He could have been an incredible.
That's in the Snoke scenario. Like, he could have been so cool. But the reason they did that is because it's a prequel.
Yeah.
Like, there's no mention of him in the original.
Exactly.
So he was that powerful.
So he had to have been nothing but.
Yeah. He had to have not lasted that long. Same with like Dooku and stuff, I suppose. Okay.
What would we have changed about Snoke?
Oh, so many things.
Show a bit more of his power. Did he get up off his chair at any point? Apart from he stood up a little bit. He didn't really
he
move.
kind of like did this a little bit.
No, he walked down because I thought he had a really weird walk as well, which probably doesn't really matter.
Like a kind of weird motion capture.
Yeah, it was like a weird kind of thing, and it was just like.
Yeah, I remember that now.
On the slight thing, I think I would have got someone other than Andy Serkis to play him.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing Andy Serkis in every type of character like that now. Like I could see Andy Serkis in him, and it's getting to a point now where he's playing so many. Like I would have liked someone else to do it. Now I know Andy Serkis is good, and he's like incredible at everything he does, but I can see Andy Serkis in all these things.
Andy Serkis is? He was Gollum as well in all of those.
Yeah.
And
he's in
Planet of the Apes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Caesar.
Yeah.
So a lot of them actually.
Yeah. He's obviously known.
Yeah. He is the motion capture guy.
He's in a live action movie coming up sometime soon. I've seen him in a trailer or something. But anyway, he's like the mocap dude.
Yeah.
So right, Snoke. First of all, I would have made him someone cool. Maybe Sidious Reborn or Darth Plagueis or someone cool like that.
I like the original thing. I like that he isn't one of those because he is so powerful that.
But at least give us something like he was actually pulling the Emperor's strings in the originals. Like if he's that powerful, he's supposed to be the most powerful being ever. Why don't we hear or see anything about that? They needed to give some kind of explanation. It was such a cop out, and I feel like no matter.
But they started it okay. Like he had those first few moments where they just like put like lightning into the ground and like shot people. Was it Ray back or
Kylo Ren?
Kylo Ren, I think.
Kylo back. He had like a couple of those little moments that started to like those initial ones. You go, ooh, I should die. He has got a bit of power behind him, and then he sits down first.
He sits down in his little throne.
The issue. Go on.
Sorry, he can like control people's minds and see people's thoughts and see what they're thinking. Why couldn't he see that?
Yeah, that's
what his death was going to be. Why couldn't he see that was coming?
Well, that's the argument that's how Kylo Ren is so powerful. Is that he could trick Snoke? He'd learned how to trick him. Okay. But
because as it happens,
really, like it
happens, Snoke is saying, "I can see into your thoughts. I know what he's going to do." Blah blah blah, and then he kills him. It's like, oh, so Kylo Ren must have been tricking him. So you get that, but there's so many better ways to show how Kylo Ren could have become more powerful.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, massively.
The main issue for me with what they've done now is no matter what happens in Episode 9, because I'm sure there's going to be there has been an outrage from fans about how they've dealt with Snoke in this film, because it's super disappointing. No matter what your opinion is on how he was while he was alive, how he ended is super disappointing. So no matter what happens now in Episode 9, if they try and fix that and go, oh, actually he can regenerate and he's still alive and he's still the big bad guy, which is likely because if you look at his face, he's obviously had chunks missing him. He's obviously regenerated. And so he's obviously survived things before. So they could technically come out and say that, but that's such a massive cop out. Why do that? Why?
It's a no-win situation. Yeah, the build up a character is absolutely pointless, or
they try and bring him back and it's crap and unbelievable. Oops, sorry guys.
Ruining the
unprofessional.
I know. Talking of like Darth Plagueis and stuff though, have you heard the rumour of what was supposed to have been in Luke's little cabin thing?
No.
I don't know how much you would know about this, because it's like a great Star Wars and expanded universe sort of thing. Darth Revan? Why did that say? Darth Raven? Is that right? Or was it Revan?
I thought it was Raven. I don't know.
Yeah, so in Luke's cabin, there's supposed to have been a kyber crystal in like a container, a red one. And apparently in the visual dictionary that comes with, the companion book for The Last Jedi, it says that's what it is. And it says it belonged to a Jedi, what was it? Some exploring Jedi, I can't remember the exact term they used, but some kind of Jedi that apparently he's the only, Darth Raven is the only one that's, Revan, why can't I remember what it is? He's the only one that could really be connected to that sort of description. So apparently that's the subtle hint of bringing him into the canon of the movies. Apparently, I don't know.
That would be super subtle though.
Yeah, super subtle.
And like you'd have to be so massively into Star Wars to know that.
If you're talking about being subtle, though, think of like the Han Solo dice that Luke takes. I think most people, like even big nerds, kind of went, were these in all the films? Should I know what these are? And it's like, not really. They're basically Easter eggs that they put in every film. They're in different parts of the Falcon and stuff, but it's like, you only know about them now because of what happened in this film. Right. So it's like,
I knew what
those little... Did you?
I didn't, personally.
If you don't know who that Darth Revan, I don't know why I can't remember. If you don't know who he is, he was the from like the Knights of the Old Republic, those days of Star Wars, famous from the games. Pretty cool character. It would be really cool to bring him in. I'm assuming, because haven't they confirmed that that's not what the next trilogy is?
It's not Old Republic.
Okay, I don't know then. But yeah, that's just a theory. Don't know if it's true or not. Okay, so we covered Snoke was super disappointing. He should have been. Actually, go on. What should he have been? We said what we didn't like about it. What should he have been?
I would just like to have seen him have a bit more action sequence in him.
Yeah.
Let him fight, let him do something rather than just sit there and get sliced open.
The Emperor was all powerful and everything, but realistically, until the prequels, all you ever saw was him sit down and do some lightning. Like he wasn't a lot. So they could have done with having that epic, amazing, all powerful bad guy who actually showed his power.
Yeah.
I mean, I get like the mind trick stuff, and that's just he's the guy who sits back and lets Kylo Ren and all them do it. But you could have actually done with having a holy shit moment. Even if it was like one of the opening scenes of just. Because like in the beginning of Force Awakens, when you see Kylo Ren come down, stop the bullet, you get an impression straight away this is a bad guy who's powerful. They needed to do something like that with Snoke, but on a much grander scale. Obviously.
Yeah. He didn't really do anything we haven't seen before. We've seen lightning, we see just generic force.
Force sort of manipulation.
Yeah, looking into the mind. That's kind of new, but it's not that much further than, you know, these aren't the droids you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's not that much different. So I would have liked to have seen him be either the big bad guy pulling all the strings all along, or a new, an existing character like Plagueis, like Sidious, someone like that. Even Jar Jar, just not the way they did it. I don't care. Just make him.
Would you really want it to be Jar Jar?
Yeah, that's a lie. I would regret saying that.
I mean, if they're gonna fuck it up, they may as well go 100% and just go all the way.
Yeah, so we'll just go for it.
Yeah. Basically, what shouldn't have happened is
what they did.
What happened? Yeah, he shouldn't have been killed off. He should have been kept along for the next film as the big baddie, maybe for a grand fight with Luke, like a grand finale. So you got Rey, Kylo Ren fighting. Or I personally would have liked, obviously when you get the scene with Kylo Ren and Rey team up for a bit, I was almost cheering that on. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I was excited for that to happen. I enjoyed
what
that
I thought was going to happen is Snoke, obviously he was already dead at this point, but I thought Snoke was going to become so powerful that Kylo Ren, you know, Rey, Luke would all have to fight him. That's what I
team up and fight him.
That would really show how powerful he is. If the guy that defeated, you know, Darth Vader couldn't beat him, Luke Skywalker, you know, Kylo Ren and Rey, they all teamed up, that would really show how powerful he is.
Yeah.
But now he's just a waste of time.
Yeah, it seemed just a very lackluster death for me.
Yeah.
To see that.
Yeah.
So that's how I want that part of the story to go. How would we have wanted Leia to appear in this film?
She should have died in space.
Yes,
that
just
should be it.
A lovely send off of Carrie Fisher. Just have the character float off peacefully into space, rather than then somehow like using some sort of force to fly through space back to the spaceship, and then be sort of a remedial character for the rest of the film.
She's practically irrelevant. If you're gonna make her survive from that moment, first of all, have someone go out there and get her in some kind of ship. Don't make her fly through space. And if you're gonna keep her alive, then make her the one that sacrifices herself on the ship. Yeah. That goes into the Snoke ship.
That also would have been a very good way to send off that character.
Yeah, she dies a hero.
Yeah.
Like they should have with Luke. Who you can argue he died a hero, but a scared hero. So yeah, the person that they got to sacrifice herself, like she's a new character. I didn't care about her. She's in it for like, you know, I don't know, 45 minutes. She basically just pisses us off because she's fighting against a character that we do know, Poe. So because we know who Poe is, we take his side naturally. Yeah. So straight away we don't like her, and then she sacrifices herself. I was kind of like, cool. Fuck her, whatever.
It was a really well put together scene though when the ship does.
The
cinematography and that was just second to none. I really enjoyed that.
That was really good. I did like that.
Go on to what would we have changed about the whole ship chase?
Oh, well, I wouldn't have made it 2 hours slow speed chasing.
I mean,
Jesus.
The fact that everything now up until the other films, the reason why the rebellion has lived as long as it has is because they can just sort of hop around in these ships and not anything, and then all of a sudden, oh, that's now negated. We have a technology to follow people.
Yeah. But not only that, you've got little things that piss me off, like they're only chasing the main ship, right? Because they've only got the one ship that can track it anyway. So that one ship can't separate itself and split into all these other ships. So all these, it's called the Resistance now in these ones, isn't it?
You say that, but they start calling themselves rebels again by the end.
Oh yeah, true.
So they can't. They build the Resistance to then put them back to rebels. Which,
So there's so many of these rebels or resistance ships, and why do they all stay with the main one? They're basically there as like sacrificial lambs. Just they can fly off. I don't see why they stay in this slow speed chase to be like waiting to die.
None of them had any fuel, did they?
None of them.
No, they all had fuel to do a jump to light speed. That was the point, but they only had one jump. So if they tracked them, then they would have jumped, then they would have gone back, and then they would have run out of fuel. So yeah, those ones on the side could have jumped off to light speed, and then they would have gone. Ah, crap.
Yeah, I feel it's so like bad. It feels like I'm remembering it wrong, so I'm questioning myself. But I'm pretty sure.
I'm actually going to see it again tomorrow, so I'm going to be like properly like.
Yeah. I was going to go see it again last night, but I just don't know if I can put myself through it.
I've got to see it more than once. I can't. Yeah. I've got to make sure. Of everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So, I personally wouldn't have had that whole thing in the film. I would have replaced that with something else, because that wasn't exciting. We didn't really have any characters on that ship that were massively. We had Carrie Fisher, who obviously we all care about as Star Wars fans.
But we knew she's not going to be in the next episode anyway.
Yeah.
So that's almost like a Rogue One type feeling, whereas like as much as you get to care about the character, but you know they're not going to be there next time. So
you spend the whole of that film knowing that everyone in this film doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I mean, especially after that space flying scene, I didn't even feel emotion when I thought I was like, oh, that's nice. But I wasn't sad.
So basically, we would change. She doesn't have these force powers.
Yeah, essentially. But that whole chase scene, if the First Order had blown up those ships straight away, I'm not sure how much I would have cared. They would have killed off Poe, who should have been killed off in The Force Awakens, and was completely pointless in this movie, apart from his initial space battle, which was kind of cool. They would have killed off Akbar, who they killed off anyway. They would have killed off his character.
That was ridiculous.
Like, it's like they tried to do it as fan service, and then they were just like, no, you fucked that up.
Yeah, like, oh, we lost Admiral Akbar. What? He's like one of the coolest characters. It's a trap.
Did we see the person say it, or was it like off-screen dialogue? I can't remember.
It must be on screen.
I can't remember. Because it could have been one of those things they might have added in later as well. Like we don't even know. They might have gone, oh yeah, wasn't he still supposed to be around?
Well, the fact that you have to question that just shows how little they mention it and how again lackluster that was. Like a character that's been with this franchise for so long and
he's one of the only original characters. You've only got like Luke, Leia, Han, and him. Yeah. That's it, isn't it?
Oh, and you got the two droids as well.
Oh yeah, two droids who are underutilized anyway.
Yeah, but so as an idea how to change it, what they could have done is still keep it. So Kylo goes to shoot Leia but doesn't, and the other two ships blow it up. So but make that a bigger explosion. Basically, make that so the whole ship's going to go right there and then.
And then you'd feel some emotion then.
That Poe basically sacrifices himself to get Finn off.
Yeah.
Oh,
so because as much as I like Poe and Oscar Isaac, he's an awesome character. Like you could get away without him, but I love Finn and he was on that ship, so he can't go. So if you use that as like the whole Kylo can't kill his mum, but someone did, so he's still torn on that sense. Poe can sacrifice himself to get Finn away, so Finn can go and try and do whatever the hell he was doing in the first place. Yeah. Even if it's putting him with Rose still, and that's just his escape pod kind of thing. But Poe's the one who makes that happen to give him that final moment, rather than him the whole film of arguing and then realising that he's a bit of an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's essentially what happened, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's how you get around that. Okay, the whole Finn Rose storyline. Personally, I hated it. It felt like filler.
Recast Del Toro.
Oh Christ!
With Lando Calrissian. I can't remember the actor's name.
Billy D. Williams.
That one.
Yeah. Get rid of Benicio del Toro's character, who is completely pointless. Give us someone pleasing, like Lando Calrissian. Basically the same character that doesn't speak stupid. And
what was up with that?
Oh, I don't know. It was ridiculous. Yeah. But he can then also have a pivotal key role in Episode 9. I don't know how, but he could. Yeah. He can be Han Solo's replacement. He can be.
They tried to do that in the originals.
Yeah. He can be Finn's instructor, essentially.
Yeah.
You know? Why not?
Well, that's the thing, though. If Leia's gone, then they would need a leader to replace her. Yeah. So they could have done that way.
And Lando would be a great one.
Yeah.
They can still come back in Episode 9, but that's the perfect time to bring him in. Del Toro. Yeah. He was a stupid character. I definitely wouldn't have had the whole Maz Kanata scene where she was like, there's only one person besides me that can do it. Only one person in the galaxy. And then like, oh look, we're in a jail cell with another person.
Yeah, apart from this random guy who speaks weird.
Yeah. That was too convenient to be believable or enjoyable or anything that's good.
I think that was, for me, one of the main moments where I was in the actual cinema itself watching it, just going, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, same.
But again, like you said, I come at the film still enjoying it, but there was definitely moments, and the more I reflect upon it, the more now I'm remembering bits and bobs. I'm thinking,
that's the worst bit, is the more you think, the worse it gets.
Yeah. It's a real shame.
It's almost turned into like a Transformers style thing, where it's like you've literally got to completely switch off, and then you might enjoy the spectacle. Yeah. But if you think about what's going on, you go, well, why are they giving these people this amount of money to make this?
But it's Star Wars. People talk about it, so it's going to get...
Look what we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So with Finn and Rose, obviously we wouldn't have had Del Toro. I would have given them a much bigger task, because yes, it was important. They needed to stop the tracker. But was it entertaining? Was it enough to give that much of a story to? Was it enough to give... I think someone like Poe should have gone and been sacrificed doing it. Having someone like Finn, he's such a potentially good character. He's funny. He can do the action. You care about him because he was such a good character in The Force Awakens. They need to have utilised him better. Get rid of Poe and put more attention on Finn, in my opinion. I didn't like the casino planet, so I would have done something different there.
Just a thought. You know when Rey comes back?
Yes.
And then she goes in that pod and it kind of, like, the Falcon appears, drops her in there, she goes right into the main, like, big, like, the hangar.
Yeah. And Kylo Ren's looking over her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't have Finn and Rose technically done something along that line, but obviously not be put into the main hangar part? Like, as Finn knew the ships and all that, like, he knew the exact place to go and all that. Surely he would know a way of getting in that wasn't the, like, where everyone congregates kind of thing. So surely they could have just, like, put them up, like, because nobody noticed Rey was coming, really. Yeah. It's only because Kylo Ren and Rey had the connection, that's the only reason they knew. Yeah. So surely having a little ship do that, they wouldn't have noticed.
How did they
by their logic? I was hoping someone was going to say that because I can remember.
Yeah, well, they got in successfully, so I don't think that really matters.
Yeah, but they had to. I can't remember now.
Your point is futile, James.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying like, they didn't need to go to a planet to go find this code breaker and get in. And, oh wait, no, they did get in that door.
Yeah, it was the
unlockable
door. Yeah, just take BB-8. Use one of his little thumb fingers, just put it in there, and it's done.
Yeah.
Thumb fingers. Yeah. I just said thumb fingers. Thumb fingers.
Thumb fingers.
Yeah, so.
Speaking like that talk now.
I know, Jesus. So, I would. The main scene they gave Finn was his fight with Phasma. And don't even get me started on what a waste of time Phasma is.
Again.
Yes, she should have. One, her helmet should have come off, so we see that. You know, I forgot the actress's name.
It's like Gwendolyn something.
Yeah, but she's great. Everyone loves her. She's, you know, obviously from Game of Thrones. Why not? Obviously, everyone moaned at what a letdown she was in Force Awakens. She just gives up the code or whatever it was in the first one. And another point is she basically did that, you know, willy-nilly and kept her job. Didn't get demoted. So how does that work? Yeah, how do you end up as a captain after you've just let the bad guys win?
Yeah. There's another point that was I can't remember who said it. Why does she have bulletproof armor but no one else does?
Yeah,
that's because it's shiny.
Yeah, but if you could make bulletproof armor, surely you would put your whole army in that stuff. Yeah. Like, imagine, like, it wouldn't matter how bad their aim is at that point, because unless someone can physically get up to them and like crack their neck.
Stormtroopers die with one shot anyway, so their armor is completely pointless. Yeah. And the argument is going to be something to do with its reflective surface, isn't it? Because like, if you shine a laser pointer at a mirror, it just bounces off. It's going to be something like that, isn't it?
Yeah. I guess so, but just make them more shiny.
Just have a mirror shield.
Yeah.
You got all like Stormtroopers there, like painting their armor metallic. Shine! Reflect lasers!
Run around with a big mirror.
Instead of shields, they just hold mirrors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's disappointing. So Phasma, once again, she's dead now. I thought she was dead after the first one, to be honest.
Nah, is she dead?
Wow.
Unless that armor makes her unburnable.
Yeah. She bounces. Flies through flames, then hits the floor and just goes, boing. Yeah, no, again, that's another letdown. I would have given her and Finn, I mean, while it lasted, it was kind of epic. But I would have taken the helmet off her, given her some kind of, at least, cooler death, not to show her eye and be like, oh look, it is a woman in here. Yeah. Even though obviously we know that, but yeah, that, I don't really know what I would have done with Phasma. I think I would have done something better with her in Force Awakens. Yeah. So I wouldn't have to justify her character in this film.
She is just the Boba Fett of these, like, she gets a lot of hype, but when you break it down...
Yeah, but she didn't do anything. All she did was fuck up. At least Boba Fett captures Han Solo in Empire.
Yeah. He does his job.
Yeah. All she does is not do her job and help the bad guys. That's what she does. And then she tries to make up for it by killing the guy that fucked her over, and then she dies. She is a completely useless shit character. The film would have gone the same, both films would have gone the same way without her, I think. Do you think there any difference that she made?
They just wouldn't have been able to do the things she let them do in the first one. Was it they do turn something off?
Oh, they capture her, yeah.
Was it turn off the shields or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's the only thing. That's the only reason they needed it. But sorry, there would be someone else who could have known that. So.
Okay, so we've gone through what we would have done with Luke, made him a hero, etc. What we would have done with Snoke, made him powerful and badass and not die. What we would have done with Finn, what we would have done with Leia. What other points are there that we could change? By the way, we're doing this video because secretly Disney are giving us $300 million to remake this movie for the fans. They watched our review and thought, those guys know how Star Wars should go. We're going to give them the money and just pretend episode 8 never happened. There's Kylo Ren. Oh, that I'll tell you what I want to talk about is the fact that not a single character in this movie had any development. How did any character develop in any way? Rey is the same character she was at the start. Kylo Ren is the same character he was at the start, but he doesn't have a boss.
Yeah, he sort of promoted himself.
Yeah. Luke, in my opinion, you could argue all you want, is still, he died the same scared, broken old man that he was at the start. He just made everyone imagine that he wasn't. But he was, because he didn't go and face Kylo Ren.
True.
Leia is the same, just a bit, less well with walking. She uses a walking stick now, right?
But can still blow a door off his hinges.
Yeah. Even characters like Chewie. Oh, Chewie's another one in the originals.
Yeah, Chewie's never going to develop.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think of a character. Snoke underdeveloped.
Yeah.
He developed. Who else have we got? There's no one. There's no character.
Technically, probably the biggest development is Rose, who becomes slightly cowardly, doesn't speak to anyone, to almost a leader.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But she is such a minor character and a character
that we just met, so we don't care about her as much as we do the others.
No.
Finn didn't develop apart from waking up from his coma or whatever he was in.
Yeah.
Poe probably had the most development because I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
He went from going from like a massive hothead to
a bit more strategic,
calming down a little by the end.
Yeah.
But whether that was just because there was no one left to sacrifice, because that's what he did at the beginning. He basically sacrificed all their bombers. And it got to the point that there was, like 30 of them left. So, and technically he still does, because at the end on the Salt Planet, he still gets them all to go out. Like, obviously he has to buy time and stuff, but that is still his go-to answer. Yeah. It's just head-on collision.
That was the one line, so I wanted permission to go blow stuff up.
Yeah.
So Poe doesn't develop at all. No, there is no character development in this movie. There's no emotion, there's no character development. So that's what I would change. I'd give at least one character a story arc, a development arc. Make them at least progress and develop as a character, as a person. As a Jedi, let Rey have her training from Luke.
True. There could have been some good development just from the Force connection between Rey and Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
That would have been a really good place to start developing one of those characters into something more.
Yeah. If anything, they developed Luke into an asshole by showing that he wanted to kill Kylo Ren as a kid. Kylo Ren's his fucking nephew. That hurt me, that did. Yeah. I know he changed his mind, but that's irrelevant. How would you have gone with Rey's arc instead of how they did? How would you have followed her? What would she have done differently?
I feel like she should have started training herself rather than just... I know she does a bit of like stick work at the end, but I think she should have done that earlier or more Force related stuff, because she basically just followed him around like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
And also the thing that gets me confusing is the time, the whole time thing, because obviously it goes like they fall asleep a few times, but it's like an 18-hour trip for that. Until the plane runs out of fuel. So like, I feel like
where does that fall in within?
The plane, the space plane.
Where does that fall in the timeline at that point?
I feel like they should have done something with that, because if she'd been there for a long time, and then that might be a bit more like the fact she was being a bit more stubborn about it, or Luke was being more stubborn. But they made it seem like it all happened really quick as well, so it didn't feel like there was much reward for that end, for the whole like sleeping outside his door kind of thing.
Yeah.
True.
Like I felt like they should have just given you the feeling there was a lot more going on during it all than just suddenly like, oh, I turned up. No, you don't want to train me. Oh, okay, I'll sleep here. Oh, you want to train me? Okay, let's just go with no training.
Yeah. My arc would have been, I would have had Luke train her. Maybe refuse a little bit at first, like no, you're too old. Let's follow that tradition. And then
not enough midichlorians.
And then have her train, become a badass, but still have Luke, show her how it's done at the end. Like he did, but as a stupid Force ghost. That's how I would have done that. Kylo Ren, I would have had him kill Luke at the end. If Luke has to die, I'd rather Luke not die, but if he's going to die, Kylo Ren has to be the one to kill him. That then develops him as a character, builds him up, makes him look really powerful. Then you've got Rey, who's been trained by Luke. She's obviously gifted in the Force, so she seems really powerful. Currently she doesn't, or she's progressed by doing his lifting rocks. Great, everyone can do that, I can do that. And then Kylo Ren seems like this really powerful, evil Sith Lord, or Supreme Leader, and then you've got a good battle for the next one. I literally couldn't care less if Rey and Kylo Ren fight in episode 9.
Like you said, it would have been a good place to set them up as being opposing forces. Like the person who killed my master, he's the one I want to take revenge on, and then the trainee and the last Jedi Master, the one I need to kill next.
I don't understand why they wouldn't do it. Not only am I not excited for them to fight because they're bound to fight, but we know that there's a connection between them now, and they've kind of got a bit of a soft spot for each other. So even though that whole Force connection thing was kind of cool, it's made the whole battle less exciting and less pivotal, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. At one point, I didn't know if they were going to fight or if they were going to fuck.
Yeah, it's literally, same thing.
It could have gone either way at one point.
Yeah, because they like touch hands and he takes his glove off and it's like, ooh, it's getting kind of hot in here.
Yeah.
And then Luke's like, no!
Do you reckon they're actually related and that's why?
I made this mistake once, I kissed my sister! Don't do it too! Yeah, maybe that's what we're all missing.
Yeah, maybe they're actually a secret backstory there.
Yeah, that's all Luke's problem. He's just getting bad flashbacks the entire time.
What is it with Star Wars and incest?
I know. Oh wow, yeah. Okay, I think
we need to wrap it up there.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up.
But with one bonus thing.
We'll end on incest.
The one other bonus thing. The only thing to change. Yoda, less crazy.
Oh yeah, that's something we forgot to mention. Yoda, they completely misunderstood his character. They had him as this blubbering idiot, like he is at the start of Empire, but they seem to have forgotten that he's only like that in Empire Strikes Back to mislead Luke into thinking that he's not a Jedi Master, because he's trying to disguise himself.
That's not like the true
Yoda. Yoda. Oh, I know this. But, that's not what he's like. As soon as Luke realizes that he is Yoda, he's like, and then he becomes calm and clever and intelligent. Yeah, and that's Yoda. So he knows Luke. So why did they bring him back as this blubbering idiot that he's clearly not?
But I would say, just as someone watching the film, I did quite enjoy the Yoda character.
Yeah,
it was nice to see him back. And he was funny.
I loved seeing Yoda, but. And I admit, when I watched it, I didn't really think, and it was one of those things that I thought of afterwards.
Yeah, same.
That wasn't right.
Yeah.
So,
so good to have Yoda back, but he should have had a more.
And also, I think
relevant.
Obi-Wan should have been with him.
Yes.
That would have been nice as well to have the three of them.
Well,
get Ewan McGregor, make him look old.
Yeah, last time you see Yoda is on Endor as a ghost with Obi-Wan and Anakin as Force ghosts. So why not
have the two of them together with?
Yeah. Have they not had they had like a falling out or something, and they're not hanging out anymore?
They're ghost rivals.
Yeah. Okay. We'll end on that. Incest and Force ghosts.
Yeah, so if you like incest and Force ghosts, please subscribe to our channel.
Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully, I have no idea. How long was this? Oh my fucking god.
Oh, we are.
So this was 40 minutes.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
So, yeah. If you managed to watch this long, well done. Do you agree with the things we would have changed? I think a lot of people would. Looking at the comments on our last video, this seems to be the way that most people would have gone.
If you've got any better ideas, let us know as well.
Yeah, because like I said, we are being given the budget to make the next one, so we want to do what the fans want. So let us know.
Suggestions welcome.
Join the.
I will be playing Yoda.
Yes, I'll be playing.
Porg.
Luke Skywalker reborn. And Penguin's going to be a penguin. So thank you for
Space Penguin.
Thanks for watching. Thank you for Penguin for joining the conversation. Don't forget to leave a comment below, like, subscribe, watch our other videos, all that jazz. Anything else from anybody else?
There were spoilers in this.
Oh yeah, spoilers.
Spoiler warning. Yeah.
Don't watch this if you haven't seen the film yet. Thanks, guys. I have to do my space flight.